And hello there, here we are on my grand day out celebrating the summer solstice. I'm going down to Piddinghoe. Behind me is a bridge that goes to South East railway station, and then when I've been down to Piddinghoe and back, I'm going to Rodwell to visit Virginia Woolf's home. Just behind me there is the River Ouse that goes down to Piddinghoe, and I'm going to be literally walking in the footsteps of Virginia Woolf. One of the books where it talks about walking along and over Mount Misery, which are apparently two cottages just down there at Piddinghoe, and there's willow trees there. Just standing on some kind of platform here that I'm not supposed to stand on, but I thought it would be a nice scenic view of the River Ouse. Here we go. Right. On with the trek. Just to the west of the river, it's quite hilly up there, and I'm wondering if Mount Misery is up there that Virginia walked to, because there's two cottages. Now there's a cottage, and I think there's another one over there actually. I don't know, it's just a barn, but it's, this is 1939, 18th of April that she did the walk, that she noted down the walk, and then alongside the river, so you know it could be up there, which I'll have to have a little investigation of too. Right, halfway there to Piddinghoe. Well, you get there in the end. You can't go all the way along by the side of the river. You have to go along this road here, which is a bit of a death trap actually. There's a lot of cars going backwards and forwards, not much of a path. But then you do get to Piddinghoe eventually, and then you can get into the village. Let's go into the village. We'll get right over. Ooh. That's a nice little bit, just three paths to go. Let's go down that way, then we get to the river. And there we are, back by the river. And I'll just pan around. The tide is, I think it's coming in. When Virginia did the walk, the tide was out. But neither here nor there. But have a look at this lovely little scenic bit here. A little bay. A little bay. How sweet's that? Lovely. Lovely, actually, lovely. Okay, let's do some little shots of the village so you can have a look at that, because it's a cute little village. Just a good morning to a chap walking past, so the villagers are friendly. And don't mention the Battle of Hastings. I mentioned it once, but got away with it all right. Just before I head into the village, I thought I'd just point out that there's a willow tree down there in that lovely little bay, which I think Virginia points out in her walk along here in 1939. And I think the Mount Misery is up there, so I'm going to look at that, venture over there later, because I got here quite quick actually. It wasn't as long as I thought. It always looks bigger on the interweb, but here it's just a nice beautiful stroll, apart from that road at the last minute getting into the village. Anyway, I've read this book on the train over. Well, I say book, it's a short stories by Virginia Woolf. And there's one I read that was quite poignant, because it was about a train journey going through Eastbourne, which is where I've been. So this is just the first chapter of an unwritten novel. So have a little listen while I do a little read for you. Such an expression of unhappiness was enough by itself to make one's eyes slid above the paper's edge to the poor woman's face, insignificant without that look, almost a symbol of human destiny with it. Life's what you see in people's eyes. Life's what they learn, and having learnt it, never, though they seek to hide it, cease to be aware of what? That life's like that, it seems. 5 faces opposite, 5 mature faces, and the knowledge in each face. Strange, though, how people want to conceal it. Marks of reticence are on all those faces, lips shut, eyes shaded, each of the 5 doing something to hide and stultify his knowledge. One smokes, another reads, a third checks entries in a pocketbook. A fourth stares at the map of the line framed opposite. And a fifth. The terrible thing about the fifth is that she does nothing at all. She looks at life. Oh, my poor unfortunate woman, do play the game. Do, for all our sakes, conceal it. It's a very tiny bidding hoe. And I'm just going to go up a path and just saw the church there. And that's the village green as well. Okay, just pan around and get some scope of everything. I've been here for about half an hour, 45 minutes. I just go up that path, which is just up there. One of the last remaining old-fashioned telephone boxes here, which now contains a load of books. I don't know if there's any Virginia Woolf in there, should be. And then that's it really, you get down to out there, and then that's the end of the village. If it is. And that's where I was just there. We need Gatwick, I think. We definitely get these planes flying over every now and again, which is a bit of a nuisance. But 85 years ago, and even more recent than that, beautifully quiet. I mean, it is lovely. Very small, very tiny village actually. That's it really. That's the road you're on. Come up this road, and then you're down over there to be with the who's, and then down there, and then it's only a mile and a half from New Haven, the coast. Ooh. See, that's where I was just a minute ago, down by the river, and it says there, the river at New Haven, 1.5 miles. Lewis, 6.5 miles. Which, yeah, I might next time go pop down to New Haven for a quick coffee. Well, that's it. I'm going to see if those hills now.